Speaker, and I thank the member for Leichhardt for his ongoing interest in the TPP-11 and what this government's been able to achieve in terms of the trade deals. His interest builds on the interest of many members on this side, in fact all members on this side, who are all committed to opening up export markets for Australia and making sure as a direct consequence we drive economic growth and, importantly, we drive jobs, Mr Speaker. In fact, the member for Leichhardt can be justifiably proud of some outstanding examples of export success from his electorate. For example, crocodile leather from the member for Leichhardt's electorate is used to create Hermes bags, iconic bags. And, Mr Speaker, it goes to speak to the fact that Australian exporters, there'd be quite a lot on your side with Hermes bags, make no mistake about that. But the fact goes, Mr Speaker, that Australian exporters are stepping up to the plate in global value chains and making sure that they're at the forefront. And that's part of the reason why, as a government, we are so steadfastly committed to opening up trade export opportunities. But it's not just our word that people can take for granted. It's the fact that, for example, the CEO of the National Farmers Federation, Tony Maha, said of the TPP-11, it has great potential to drive job-creating growth across the Australian economy. And this is a sentiment that we're hearing right around the country. The Minerals Council of Australia said of the TPP-11 it will help ease the cost of living pressures on Australian consumers, because that's what this government stands for: creating economic growth, driving jobs and easing the cost of living pressures for Australian families. And we will continue to deliver on that. Now, over the last 2 days, I've spoken about how the Australian Labor Party stands in the way of good trade deals. We know they get the big calls wrong on trade. The Leader of the Opposition, the Shadow Trade Minister, both of them said that TPP-11 was dead. We heard Jed Carney, Labor's candidate in Batman, making comment like some kind of rabid green about how the TPP-11 was going to be bad. But the fact is, the anti-trade rhetoric from the Australian Labor Party is endemic. Just in January of this year, we heard, and I'll quote, they said, the Turnbull government's latest Trans-Pacific trade deal will bring us closer to having the status of a third world economy. Now, this is the comment from the president of the AMWU and the former president of the Queensland Labor Party. The fact is, Mr Speaker, that Labor's loony left anti-trade rhetoric isn't just confined to winning a by-election. It runs deep in the veins of the Australian Labor Party. It's the reason why they field loony left candidates like Jed Carney. It's the reason they get the big calls wrong on trade. And it's the reason why the Australian people know that they can't trust this Leader of the Opposition or Labor to get the trade calls right, because Labor won't.